Assalamu alaikum. What is it that gets you recognition as a marketer? What is it that gets an agency profits and awards? It's ideas. Ideas are the lifeblood of the world, and indeed they are the lifeblood of marketing. And yet, ideas are the thing that get rejected the most. So today, I will tell you how to communicate your ideas and get buy-in. Before we begin, you have to make sure that your idea is the right idea, and the right idea is the one that hits objectives and that is on brand. You can learn more about how to come up with such ideas on this link. Let's move on. The first thing you have to acknowledge about the idea is that it is an abstract thing. It is a birth of your imagination, and so by its very nature, it is subjective. And secondly, every great idea pushes boundaries a little bit. And so the first thing that happens to the person who's listening to your idea is that it appears as a risk. And risk immediately triggers the ancient part of our brain, the amygdala, into a fight or flight response. So the defense of an idea is really simply about creating empathy and safety. So the conversation you need to have to defend your idea should look something like this. Number one, be concise and clear. If you ramble while you are communicating your idea, you will just come across as somebody who doesn't believe in it himself. So you can't win that war. Being clear and concise sets up the whole conversation. Number two, deliver with passion. Now, passion is not something that you can create or make up. The human mind is very finely attuned to pick up on these cues. So you can't really bluff your way out of passion. All you have to do is to really believe in it and be yourself, and passion will come across. Number three, listen intently. Your basic job in this conversation is to find out the underlying true reason for why your client or the person listening to you is fearful about the outcome of your idea. To do this, you need to make them talk a lot. So there are two ways of doing it. First of all, ask open-ended questions like, tell me more about your concerns. And when they are telling you more about their concerns, you need to mirror them. For example, they might say, I think this idea is off brand. And all you need to do to mirror them is off brand, and they will go on. And as they go on and as you mirror them, you will unearth that underlying reason in their heart that is driving them against the idea. Now, when you have found that underlying fear and that underlying concern, you need to give your client or your listener a vision in a contrast. You need to first build empathy. So you need to tell them what you agree on, and you should paraphrase them as much as possible, because that shows them that you're listening and that deepens the empathy. And then you need to tell them what you disagree on in a firm but polite tone. And immediately after that, you have to take them through your whole process so that they know exactly how you reached this conclusion. For example, we take our clients through the whole process. We show them how we came up with that insight, how we found it, how we based our idea on it, and how we came up with many different ideas, how we killed so many of them. And that is why this one that we are presenting to you has finally made the cut, and how we make sure it is on objective, it is on brand, or in other words, why is it the right one? If you do these things, by this time you would have won their hearts. Now the next step to do is to quickly follow up with very clear steps on what is going to happen next, and follow through. And that is how you win a conversation for your ideas. Thank you very much. Let's talk.